Mixed signals across assets today. Let us cut through the noise and focus on what matters most. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. Here is your complete Forex market briefing for July 14th. Currency markets are being driven by a complex mix of central bank policy, geopolitical risk, and shifting growth expectations. Let us break it all down. Here is a snapshot of how the major currency pairs are trading today. Euro to US dollar is trading at 1.14, gaining 0% on the session. The world's most traded pair is driven by ECB versus Fed rate differentials. The move in the dollar reflects reports that gold prices slide as strong dollar outweighs safe haven demand (MSN). Pound sterling to US dollar is trading at 1.34, gaining 0% on the session. Sterling is highly sensitive to UK inflation data and Bank of England rate guidance. Currency markets are reacting to Mizuho says Circle Bank approval doesn't solve USD growth, stablecoin competition risks. US dollar to Japanese yen is trading at 161.88, gaining 0% on the session. Dollar yen tracks the US-Japan rate differential and Bank of Japan intervention risk. Equity markets are responding to reports that Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P 500 preview, markets brace for inflation data, Q2 earnings, investing.com. USD SGD is trading at 0.7737, gaining 0% on the session. The Singapore dollar reflects Asian FX sentiment, trade flows, and MAS monetary policy. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Australian dollar to US dollar is trading at 0.6920, losing 0.35% on the session. The Aussie dollar closely tracks commodity prices, especially iron ore, and Chinese growth signals. The move in the dollar reflects reports that gold prices slide as strong dollar outweighs safe haven demand (MSN). US dollar to Chinese yuan is trading at 0.1477, gaining 0.31% on the session. The onshore yuan reflects PBOC daily fixings, US-China trade dynamics, and capital flow controls. Currency markets are reacting to Mizuho says Circle Bank approval doesn't solve USD growth, stablecoin competition risks. US dollar to Indian rupee is trading at 95.62, gaining 0.24% on the session. The Indian rupee tracks RBI monetary policy, FII and FPI capital flows, and US-India interest rate differentials. Equity markets are responding to reports that Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P 500 preview, markets brace for inflation data, Q2 earnings, investing.com. Now let us look at the macro forces behind today's currency moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. This comes as Wall Street ends lower as Iran tensions dampen risk appetite, chipmakers drop, adding pressure to energy markets. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Central bank policy is at the forefront of investor minds. Equity markets are responding to reports that Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P 500 preview, markets brace for inflation data, Q2 earnings, investing.com. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P 500 preview, markets brace for inflation data, Q2 earnings, investing.com. The move in the dollar reflects reports that gold prices slide as strong dollar outweighs safe haven demand (MSN). Currency markets are reacting to Mizuho says Circle Bank approval doesn't solve USD growth, stablecoin competition risks. Our near-term view on Australian dollar to US dollar. With Australian dollar to US dollar moving sideways today, the market is effectively waiting for a fresh catalyst. The $0.7093 level above and $0.6747 below are the levels to monitor for the next directional signal. Currency markets can move fast and unexpectedly. Central bank surprises, geopolitical shocks, and data prints are the key risks to monitor. Before we wrap up, here is your watch list for the sessions ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Independent market coverage, no subscription fees, no paywalls. If this analysis saved you time and helped you think more clearly about the market, please like the video. It costs you nothing and it directly funds more content like this. Subscribe for daily coverage across indices, stocks, commodities, Forex, and crypto. Tell us in the comments, what are you watching most closely right now? That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your Forex briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe for daily currency coverage.